Okay, 1st November at the allotment. It's remarkably warm considering it's 1st November. Anyway, let's have a look at what's going on. So just at the end furthest from the central road, the chrysanths are blossoming really rather nicely. There's some weeds. The asparagus fern is still there, going over. This area here, which is where there were potatoes and beans and things, there's a stick in the ground over here, and that's where a dead headless pigeon that suddenly appeared on my plot is buried. Then what have we got here? Oh yes, here we've got kale, which is doing very nicely. We've got cauliflowers, which maybe aren't doing quite so well, but you know, there's some edible little bits and pieces in there. Here's the purple sprouting, which looks like by the time we get to spring, it'll be something nice and edible. Here's the perpetual spinach. Lots and lots of leaves to eat. Hopefully some of them will be there all winter. And then this is the patch where the onions were, and I've planted some Italian ryegrass and I think it's clover, anyway, some sort of legume in there, just to have a little bit of covering while I get on and get things organised. So here's where there are Daffodil bulbs. We'll see what they're like this year. They didn't flower last year. If they don't flower this year, that's the end of them. There's a lavender planted at the end. And then this is the area with flowers. We've got, I think it's called Russian sage, this rather spindly thing here. Got another chrysanth that's going to flower, and that's left over from last year. Got the sweet William still putting up the odd flower. Carnations, still the odd flower and lovely scents. Lovely pink flowered plant, can't remember what it's called. The odd dahlia, scabious. The coreopsis has pretty much gone over. Small dahlias which have been grown from seed. Got some dried flowers. And here's the compost heap. What temperature it's got up to now? I must say, when I opened it up, it was conspicuously warm to the touch. Oh, well, getting on for 40 degrees. Nevertheless, that's warm, maybe not ideal, but definitely quite lively. And there's some space in there. I can put some more things in. And you can see that there's fungus growing here. And even producing fruiting bodies, I think. That's jolly exciting. Right, let's move on round to here. So this is where I'm going to get the anaerobic digested compost once I've got everything cleared from here. Got that little pile of compost in the heap to go, and then I need to move things around a bit. This is some more perpetual spinach, which I'll have to either eat or move before the compost appears. Right, let's go around here. So, let's see. So this is where I've got butternut squashes, and you can see that the plants are clearly finding it a bit cold. So the squash is there, and I guess I need to harvest them because they're probably not going to get much bigger. There's 3 there from one plant. This is Celeriac, and it's really not produced roots. It's got leaves which are edible. This is lemongrass. It's not supposed to do very well outside in the UK, so yeah, we'll see what happens. This is some Swedes. They've got some little roots. Maybe they'll get a bit bigger. And I think these are some more cabbages, which are growing okay. Then here, I've got leeks. Some are okay, some aren't so okay. I remembered after I'd put them in that this is where I had some onions last year, which didn't do at all well. And you can see, like there's a group there, really not at all happy. So not a good place to put them. So got a huge sage bush here. Got some more herbs. Got meadowsweet, marjoram, thyme. There's there's mint. There's a couple of plants there, which are beetroot. Planted them quite late, so I'm not so sure how good they're growing. Then there's butternut squash around here. There's a number of little squashes in there. This is 2 great plants, which have grown up for their first year. I have to train them better next year. This is the only one, well, 2 of 9 raspberry plants that have grown, annoyingly, both at the far end. Not ideal locations, so I may end up moving them from where they are and hope they survive the move. Got 2 gooseberry plants that look fine, but again really need to be where they are is not ideal. And then there's also over here, this is a tayberry which is alive. There's a couple of black currants which are okay, and then the immensely large sprawly bush thing is a goji berry plant. It fruits on the 2nd year wood, so I have to be a bit careful. I'm going to decide to chop bits of it up. Then this thing that's flopping all over the place, these are Jerusalem artichokes. There are only now 9 of them because I've dug up one of them, but I need to cut them all back, I think. The books say to leave them in the ground and dig them up as you want them, so I'll be doing that. Leave a bit of stone so I know where they are. And then there's rhubarb under here. And then, okay, let's go around like this. Okay, so you can see the butternut squash has actually got quite a lot of little squashes. So here we've got strawberries, which are still producing strawberries. Look at that. Look at that strawberry. Gosh. Wow. And I did eat one about a week or 2 ago, and it was delicious, so that's great. Need to sort them out. Right, so that's the allotment. Whoops, that's the allotment. Right, okay.